welcome to another episode of In the Box Seat. We are very lucky this week to be joined by Sky Racing form expert Paul Joice. Thanks for filling in for Mitch this week.
Hello Ella, an absolute pleasure. Lovely to join you. I love watching the box seat.
Yep.
Just a quick question though, where is Mitch? Exotic location has he gone to this week?
Well, he likes, brag, holidays, this, that, but I think, I don't even know the town he's in, Golden or something like that, middle of nowhere. He's definitely not lying on a beach and he's probably not having a very relaxing time, but we're glad to have you here today on the episode.
I'll enjoy Goulburn, Mitch. This time of year, it's actually probably not so bad. I mean, any other time of the year, no, but this time of the year, okay. So enjoy, Mitch. But no, thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks for being here. So hopefully you can bring some good luck to the show. I heard last week, Arts Object, another winner.
Oh dear, I've got to go through this story again. I've copped it all week.
But you didn't back it.
Object, right? So I was lucky enough. I got the tip at the Metro meeting last week. Get to Eagle Farm and working alongside Bernie, a listed race, Arts Objects in it, of course, and of course she won the wave last year here at 50 to 1. And
I was in the mounting yard, I watched it happen, it was amazing.
I didn't have her in my top 4. And she was second up from a spell off a very flat first up run, wet track. We knew she'd improve a little bit, but her grand final was the wave again this year. So she was only second up into a 4-run sort of prep and drew wide. We're thinking, well, she'll get back, she'll run home well, maybe 5th or 6th, just a nice run. As the day went on, I got a little bit more confident because they were coming down the middle and that's where she had to sort of get to. And Ange gets on really well with her, Ange Jones. And Kurt was on track and he says, what do you think? And I said, well, we could maybe sneak third. Like, that's as good as we could possibly hope for. But she didn't make my top 4. Of course she gets the run of the race. Of course she wins by a nose. And then everyone just assumes you're back because she's 40 to 1. You had to have something on. And I'm just there thinking, I haven't done it again. So that's twice she's got me.
And I'm sure in the mounting yard you're cheering, excited for the horse to win, but there's no money coming in.
It's bittersweet. Like, I'm excited, and then I've got to talk in the microphone straight away, and I know I haven't backed her, and I'm just thinking, you're an idiot.
You'd be really battling with the mind there, going, I'm excited, I'm devastated, I've got to do my job.
And then I'm thinking, the first thing I'm thinking is I'm going to cop it again. Absolutely. And I have all week. Even the guy grabbed me yesterday at Ipswich, just walking through the corridor, and he's like, oh, I can't believe you didn't back that horse. And I said, oh, mate, I'm so happy it won. So upset that I don't tip it. So from now on, I know Kurt doesn't want me to do this because he thinks I'm the jinx, but I'm just going to have to tip her every time.
I think you will. I think you will. So then how are we looking ahead of the wave?
Everything's looking great for her. I mean, she's still got another run in 2 weeks over a mile. Then she'll head into the wave on January 4th. And she should be cherry ripe. In fact, she is going better this year than last year, and she won it so well last year. So fingers crossed. She is a bit of an up and down, hit and miss sort of mare. As is the trainer. But look, if she turns up on the day in a good mood, she can run well.
And for those of you who are following the Summer Stars video series, we obviously featured Arts Objects 2 weeks ago, I think it was. So you have to be following Summer Stars to get those sneaky tips in there. You
sure do. Speaking of Summer Stars, what did we have this week? We had Kerchak, Ben Ahrens, who also trains on course. Kerchak is having a crack possibly at the Ingham on Saturday at Randwick, worth $2 million. Third emergency, so may not get a run, but also in an 1,800 metre race at Randwick. Kerchak is airborne up here at the moment. And Cody Collis, what an opportunity for him. 2 kilo apprentice, gets to go down to Sydney, go to the big smoke at Randwick. So he will be riding Kerchak, whether or not in the Ingham or a benchmark 88. So keep your eye out for Kerchak on Saturday.
And speaking of Summer Stars, we caught up with Gold Coast trainer Paul Shaler this week to chat through Isti Star, a 2-year-old runner, one of the main contenders in the debut. So catch that here.
Outside and then followed Sinful, but Isti Star kicked away the last little bit, and Isti Star's going to be too good. Leads her out to win it by 2. Voodoo last second, Sinful third.
Well, Paul, we're here with Isti Star. She's created quite the impression already and headed towards the debut, the first night racing meeting at the Gold Coast Turf Club.
Yeah, she's trialled particularly well, Adam, as you know, and really excited about first night meeting here and Friday night under lights and racing for great prize money. So, she's in really good shape and looking forward to it.
She's had a trial under lights as part of the qualifying procedure and handled that.
Yeah, she did. Look, she handles most things with no worries, to be fair. She's a pretty relaxed customer. Nothing phases her, takes everything in her stride. So, that sort of side of things is something we really don't need to worry about. She handles herself really well mentally. Yeah, I think she's a pretty talented horse. Where she sits among all the 2-year-olds, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure she's up there amongst the best Queensland ones.
awesome to catch up with Paul Shayler. What are your thoughts on the debut contenders?
Well, I think Isti Star's fairly obvious. Trialled really sharply, speed at both ends, the sort of thing you want to see for a first starter. There was a couple of others out of the Gold Coast trials that I did like. Probably the one I liked the most was a horse called Talk to Be Sure for Maddie Dunn. I think they paid a fair bit for this one, $260,000 at the Magic Millions. Was just ridden a bit more quietly, but hit the line strong. Maybe one to keep an eye on late. A couple of the other speedsters that trialled well. Vain Girl for Chris Muntz and his son Corey, and Jaggers for Liam Birchley trialled really well. So they're a couple to keep an eye on heading into that debut race, but it'll be a terrific race as it was last year. So looking forward to that one. Absolutely,
and obviously a lot of excitement building towards that day. We're so close to our very first night meeting here at the Gold Coast Turf Club. Another one to be watching is the $125,000 GC 1000 race for 3-year-olds and the $50,000 course record bonus that is on offer, the Surface Sizzler bonus if someone can break that track record. So we're very, very excited for that, and how exciting to have those extra bonuses on the day for the racing fraternity.
So good. Jockeys, owners, trainer bonus and a jockey bonus. The other thing we got with that 1,000-metre race, I heard Mitch talk about last week, was that time of Matani 55.61. So if they can break that time, they get the $50,000 bonus. A horse that I'm interested to see maybe floating around would be Mashani Lily.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's just a flying machine around the 1,000 metres.
The Mashanis go very well here at the Turf Club.
So she'd have to be a big chance there. I know Bellegardo is going to come down for it. Robbie Dolan is going to ride that horse. He won at the Sunshine Coast really impressively about 2 weeks ago. Big raps on him. And Cosmic Fire was one that I thought would be floating around maybe for the slot race here, the Sunlight. I noticed he's had a trial and won a trial at the Sunny Coast during the week. So there's 3 that are ticking along really nicely up here. All of those could definitely have a crack at a race like that.
I hope everyone's got their black books open and writing those down. So we're very excited. The crowd is building for that day. It's going to be a massive one here. GA is obviously free entry. So if you do just want to get along and have a look and be here for that first night meeting, definitely come along. It's going to be a great day. Gates will open at 4 p.m. We're very excited.
It's going to be a great meeting. I'm going to cover that meeting. So it's the first night meeting ever at the Gold Coast. So I'm very fortunate to be able to cover it. A little bit of a personal story for me. As a teenager here at the Gold Coast, I used to come up every holiday, tag along with my grandfather at the races. You'd be inside the betting ring, betting at the interstate bookies. And then whenever the local races are on, you'd walk out through those big doors, you'd push them open, and you'd just get smacked with that heat. And that's what I remember most about coming to the Gold Coast as a kid. And so to be here for the first meeting is just very special, and I can't wait for it.
And I'm sure there are many people on the Gold Coast and a part of the Gold Coast Turf Club family that will be waiting for this day. It's been many, many, many years in the making, and we cannot wait to kickstart. And I'm sure the heat will be no different to what you felt back in the days, because December 20th, it will be hot, but it will be night. So we're going to have that nighttime breeze.
It's going to be so good. I've been here 3 years waiting to do this meeting, so yeah, I won't be missing that one.
I'm sure you're the first to put your hand up.
I was, no one else will be taking that one off me for sure.
We're very excited. And speaking of night racing, that's not all. We've got Friday, January 24th, our Australia Day long weekend. Silks Under the Star race evening went on sale this week to our members. So if you can't be here for December 20th, come along for January 24th. That'll be just as amazing, our second go at it. And the Australia Day long weekend, what better? Kick off your long weekend here at the races with some night meetings. It's going to be amazing.
That's great too. So I've already put my hand up to cover that one. So that's already been locked into the roster on January 24. Now we've got a couple of big races. The Tab Gold Market is one of them. And the other one, the Gold Coast Mares Vase, was formerly the Gold Coast Cup. So they've got a new name for that one. But either way, what I love about these Friday night races is you've already got a real buzz. And you've not only got a buzz, but you've got good races to go with it. You've got good prize money. So that's going to bring horses from obviously Brisbane down to the Gold Coast. You're going to get horses from Sydney come up to the Gold Coast. So they'll all be targeting these races, and that'll only get better fields, more competitive fields, great betting races on a track now that's just outstanding.
We're looking forward to it. There are some packages I'll talk about. The event centre down under the stars, $60 per person. You'll get your food and drink voucher and a beautiful setting out there on the event centre lawn to watch the day. Or we do have the Glass House as well, along with Skyline and Gallery restaurants. Everything you can possibly want will be on that night. So get along. It'll be another amazing one to get along to. Looking ahead to this weekend, we have the Amalgamated Group Race Day, a long-term sponsor of the club. So let's find a tip.
Well, we're on the Polytrack. Sherberg, an absolute Polytrack specialist, goes around in race 2. I Am Voodoo, another horse that wouldn't miss a Polytrack meeting, goes around in race 4. They both have a lot of weight to carry, as you would expect, but I just think they have that edge on the Polytrack, and they'll be very hard to beat.
Well, I'm going to go race 3, Step on Fire. Some good poly form here on the Gold Coast in recent times, and I really like the name. Fire, red. I'm all in Christmas theme today, so we're going for that.
I know Step on Fire well, a horse that can definitely turn up on the day. Speaking of the Gold Coast track, we're on the Poly Saturday, but everything's always happening here at the Gold Coast, isn't it, Ella, in the morning? We've seen Steve Lyons, the CEO.
Yep.
Chris Waller was in town.
Yep.
He's gone for a walk on the turf track and come back with a double thumbs up. He's wrapped with that turf track. So
big tick of approval.
we've got that coming up, of course, with all these big feature meetings on the Gold Coast. But if Chris Waller gives it the thumbs up and he knows his tracks, I think we're in for a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Obviously, this weekend is also our Christmas weekend here on the track. So members, your Swipe and Win giveaway, please be here to go in the draw to win your sleigh full of Christmas goodies. Scan your card at the front gate to go in the draw to win that. So lots happening. Christmas, Summer Carnival, night racing. We're wrapping it all up and we're very excited.
It's all happening, Ella. Thank you very much for having me on the show. And hopefully, with a bit of luck, we might get back for a few more.
Fingers crossed. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.